Alright, welcome back, party people. We're here doing another car repair tutorial video. Again, this is not my usual. I am not a pro, but I am learning as I go. So this is a 1971 Mercury Cougar, and currently the convertible top is stuck open, and my job is to try to get this convertible top to start working again. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to use transmission fluid for the convertible top, which I have this multi-vehicle ATF synthetic blend that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be putting that into the plug hole here on the convertible top motor pump. So, and these are the hoses to the convertible top. This is actually the fluid, and then all the yellow is air. So I'm going to be slowly putting some of the ATF fluid through the little rubber cap, and over here on the instructions, which I'll let you read it a little bit, but it says I need to fill it up 1/4 inch from the top, but also I also need to get all that air out of the hose. So, and then also over here is the convertible top switch, and I'm going to be flipping that switch to make sure that all the air is traveled out and gets pushed out of the plug while I am putting ATF fluid through it. So let's get started. Alright, so first I need to get the plug out, and what I did first, I grabbed a flathead screwdriver to kind of pop it out, and then I kind of just used brute strength of my fingers to get it loose, and then I'm going to use these pliers to pull and pry the rest out. Oh, and one more thing, make sure for sure that you actually have a towel underneath, because this transmission fluid is not a very good friend of paint, and it will tear your paint off. So make sure that you do have a towel or something that's going to catch that transmission fluid in case it leaks. Alright, I just got the plug out. This is what the plug looks like if my camera would focus. I guess it won't. Oh, there we go. But this is the plug. It was right there. And that's where we're going to get the air out and put some transmission fluid through it. So I'm going to use a funnel, and then I'm going to slowly pour some in there. And then as I'm doing that, I'm also going to flip the switch to make sure that transmission fluid is flowing through all of the hoses. Alright, so before this next step of the process, I've spent a little bit of time in the background making a little jerry rig. So here I got a funnel connected to a hose that fits perfectly into the end of the funnel. Jeez, camera. And then I've added a Whataburger straw to the end and attached it with electric tape. And I'm going to be pouring the transmission fluid through the funnel. It's going to travel through the hose that fits perfectly into the funnel. And then this straw fits into the hole. And I'm just going to pour the transmission fluid through this shebang, and then it shouldn't be leaking anywhere. If it does, I've got a towel, but then I can pour it through, flip the switch, and then get some fluid going through. And then I need to fill it up 1/4 of an inch up by what the book says. I'll have to go double check, but that's the plan. So anyways, though, when you guys are working on this project, if you need to figure out how you're going to do it. Oh, I actually took some out. Make sure you got some idea of how you're going to make it happen, and maybe bring your creativity out. Now I'm going to add the transmission fluid and pour it into the funnel, and we'll see it go in. And as that's happening, I'm going to also go and flip the switch a few times. So I got to be very slow and very careful. So this part is very important. Be very careful. Alright. I'll stop there. I'll let that transmission fluid sit in place. Now I'm going to go and flip the switch. Alright. Now I can hold the funnel in place. Alright. So far, so good. It looks like it sucked up a lot of that transmission fluid. Let's keep going. So yeah, I'm not a pro at this. I don't typically do this kind of stuff. This is my first time ever doing a convertible top, but this method is working pretty well. And I think it'll work pretty well for you guys. I mean, depending on wherever your plug is, that's important. But if you've got a Mercury Cougar, 1971 Mercury Cougar, this is how it's done. So I'll add a little bit more. Alright. Whoa. I gotta be very careful with this stuff. Super careful. Let's go flip that switch again. And watch it flow. Oh! Alright. So, what's happening now? Our convertible top is moving, but there's still a lot of air in the tubes, as you can see. So we're just going to keep on adding more of that transmission fluid until a lot of that air is out, but it's not an overwhelmingly large amount, because we do not want to overfill the motor or the pump. Alright. A little bit more. Alright. Okay. Get this. If I can flip the switch. Alright, our convertible top is moving. We're almost there, team. We're doing great. I hope you can see this. I want you to be able to see all of it. Alright. Let's pour some more in. Alright. I think this might be the good amount of transmission fluid. Let's give it a shot. Come on, baby. I'm feeling good. Yeah, so there is definitely a lot more fluid in the hoses and not as much air. Okay, so I cleaned up my little cool gimmick over here. I also, though, did fill up a little bit too much transmission fluid, and it did start overflowing. Good thing I had towels. That is on my bad, but it was a little messy. Just make sure that you don't try to get that on anything other than the towels. But let's go and test that convertible top. Let's see if it works. Alright, for the moment of truth, let's see if it works. Woohoo! Our convertible top is coming up after we've replaced the transmission fluid and the motor and the pump. And now we got it down, and then I just gotta lock it in place. little tricky. Let's see the motor working. Oops. Sweet. All right. And that is how you fix a stuck open convertible top or a convertible top that doesn't work on a 1971 Mercury Cougar. I hope this video is helpful for y'all Mercury fans, Mercury people, or any of the vehicles similar to this car. And I hope you have a nice day. Peace.